Judiciary Election Commission completely independent, says Prime Minister. Death of children during circumcisions creates negative impression, comments President. GM Kader terms of Jatiya Party a household party. And 24 Palestinians killed in Israel attacks. UNRWA suspends services in northern Gaza. Those were the headlines. You're watching ATN News. Good evening, viewers. I'm Rubaba Ahmed with English Bulletin. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina said government has made the judiciary completely independent and Election Commission has been allowed to work independently. She made the comments at an international conference titled South Asian Constitutional Court Lesson from Bangladesh and India. The Prime Minister was chief guest on the concluding day of the conference at Bangabandhu International Conference Center in Dhaka on Saturday. She said projects of socio-economic development are being implemented as democracy prevails in the country. Democracy has been integrated through 15th Amendment of the Constitution. The Prime Minister said following the Apex Court verdict, fundamental and democratic rights of the people have been ensured. She also expressed optimism that judiciary will be smarter in future. Sheikh Hasina, however, commented that independent judiciary and strong parliament can move a country towards development. The judiciary has an important role to safeguard justice of the common people and the rights of the marginal people. It is the demand of the time to expand participation of women in the male-dominated judiciary. Such observations came in the two-day-long international conference organized in Dhaka. For the first time, Bangladesh Supreme Court organized South Asian Constitutional Court in the 21st century. Lessons from Bangladesh and India. President Mohammad Shahabuddin inaugurated the conference on Supreme Court premises on Friday. Among others, Law Minister Advocate Anisul Haq and Chief Justice Obaidul Hasan spoke on the concluding day of the conference. In his speech, Chief Justice of the Indian Supreme Court, Dhananjay Joshobant Chandrachud, put emphasis on women participation in the law profession. He highlighted the role of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman during the liberation war of Bangladesh. President Mohammad Shahabuddin said incidents of death of children during circumcisions has created a negative impression regarding the physicians. He made the comment after inaugurating a conference on heart disease at a hotel in the capital on Saturday morning. He at that time said, "Ask the physicians to behave well with the patients." The president said there is no scarcity of skilled and experienced physicians in Bangladesh, but it is essential to remain alert so that no negative impression can be created regarding the noble profession. Due to a few number of dishonest persons, he asked all to remain alert so that nobody can cheat with the patients using the name of doctors through illegal hospitals or clinics. Mentioning the incident of death during circumcision, the president asked the physician to discharge duty with utmost sincerity. Whatever the party decision is, many BNP leaders will take part in upazilla parishad polls for their existence in the grassroots, says Awami League General Secretary Obaidul Kader. Addressing a press conference at party president's Dhanmunti office on Saturday, the ruling party leaders said many BNP leaders are in frustration. They had made mistakes in the name of movement. Despite dream to power, terming boycotting polls was the biggest mistake. The Awami League leaders observes such mistake will put impact on the valuation of top BNP leadership. He, however, said Concerned ministries are working on the planning of the Prime Minister to keep commodity prices in the capacity of the people. Obaidul Qadir also observes, for uninterrupted supply, it is essential to realize power price through decreasing subsidy. BNP has met with the US delegation arriving Dhaka on a 3-day visit. The meeting took place at a hotel in capital Gulshan on Saturday afternoon. During the 1 hour and 15-minute long meeting, US Ambassador to Dhaka, Peter D. Huss, alongside US National Security Council's Senior Director for South Asia Rear Admiral Eileen Lobachar, USAID's Assistant Administrator of the Bureau of Asian Affairs Michelle Skiffer, and the Department of State's Deputy Assistant Secretary for South and Central Asia Afreen Akhtar was present. On the other hand, Party Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir led the BNP side. Following the meeting, no side has made any comment. However, BNP Standing Committee member Amir Khosru Mahmood Chaudhry said they had no prior planning regarding the meeting. They had met with the invitation of the US delegation. Senior Joint Secretary General of BNP, Ruhul Kabir Rizvi, has alleged that the market controllers are now controlling the government, and being failed to control commodity price, the government now blames the BNP. The BNP leaders, while addressing a press conference at BNP Central Party office in the capital's Neapolton on Saturday morning, said both low-income and middle-income people have become vulnerable due to the commodity price hike. He also said the government is trying to confuse the people through strange talks. Rizvi, however, said blaming BNP for looting and misdeeds is old practice of the government. Jatiya Party Chairman G.M. Qadir himself has termed his party a household party. He made the comment at a program at Banani Party office on Saturday morning, marking his birthday. He said it is prestigious to remain as a parasite rather than a household party. On the 76th birthday, G.M. Qadir shared various experiences. He at that time criticized his party. He alleged that the government is trying to split the Jatiya Party and several leaders of his party are assisting in it. He observes, for the sake of purification of the party, all of them should be expelled. He urged the government to create opportunity for all parties to do politics. Meanwhile, chairman of Jatiya Party faction, Begum Roshan Irshad, said an economic transition is continuing in the country and a disaster will be created unless failing to tackle it. She came up with the comment at an extended meeting of her party at Engineers Institution Auditorium in the capital on Saturday afternoon. The former opposition chief in the parliament made a call to keep commodity price under control during the Ramadan so that people can purchase it. She put emphasis on market monitoring. She, however, said those who want to wipe out the ideology of Polli Bondhu Irshad do not deserve the rights to do politics of Jatiya Party. Roshan Irshad said the 10th Council of Jatiya Party will take place on 9th March, and on the very day, new leadership of the party will be formed. Now news on Gaza War Situation. At least 24 people were killed in Gaza's Deir el-Bala region, where Israeli forces shelled a residence where displaced people were sheltering. Meanwhile, UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees, UNRWA, has said it can no longer provide services in northern Gaza, citing staff shortage and a collapse of social order. An official of the UN agency said, amid Israeli attacks on civilians and restrictions on food aid that have left the population starving. The UN has warned of the growing risk of famine and its main aid body for Palestinians. The UNWRA desperately needs resources as Gaza Palestinians are in extreme peril while the world watches on. Footage shared by AFP news agency showed distraught people queuing for food in the territories devastated north on Friday and staging a protest decrying their living conditions. Now a short break. We will be back soon with US military aircraft intercept high-altitude balloon flying over Utah. Rangpur, Kumilla and Chattogram Borishal in BPL playoff. You're watching ATN News. This is English Bulletin. The government is trying with utmost sincerity to keep commodity price in the capacity of the people to purchase during the fasting month of Ramadan. Minister for Social Welfare, Dr. Dipumoni, made the comment. She came up with the comment in reply of query of journalist during a program in Jatpur on Saturday morning. The minister said it is possible to keep commodity price under the capacity of the common people to purchase if the business associations work alongside the local administration. Standard publication can make the Ekushe Book Fair successful. Such observation came in the shadow parliamentary debate of the Debate for Democracy. The chairman of the Debate for Democracy, Hassan Ahmed Chaudhry Kiran, said that several people are trying the book fair controversial. On the other hand, Secretary of the Ministry of Culture, Khalil Ahmed, revealed the good news of Thinker Museum beside the Boat Music Language Museum. This time, Debate for Democracy organized the debate at BFDC on Ekushe Book Fair. During the competition, the debaters of the two competing sides placed arguments and counter-arguments on fruitfulness and standard publications. News around the world. US military aircraft have intercepted a high-altitude balloon flying over the western part of the country and determined it was non-threatening. The small object is not maneuverable and presents no hazard to flight safety, US officials said, though its origin and purpose were unknown. The aircraft was spotted on Friday over Colorado and Utah, drifting east. Last year, the U.S. shot down a Chinese balloon after it crossed the country from Alaska to the east coast. Friday's object, detected floating around 44,000 feet, prompted a U.S. official to scramble fighter jets to investigate. NORAD, the military command responsible for air defense over the U.S. and Canada, said its fighter jets intercepted the balloon over Utah. Now, sports news. No BPL match was slated to play today and tomorrow. Round-robin league was ended on Friday. Rangpur Riders, Kumilla Victorians, Chattogram Challengers and Fortune Borishal have ensured their playoff. Rangpur was the first to confirm playoff with highest 18 points from 12 round-robin league matches. Kumilla Victorians are on the second position with 16 points from similar matches. As top two teams, Rangpur and Kumilla will play first qualifier at 7 p.m. on Monday. Chattogram made their playoff as the third team. And as the last team, Fortune Borishal confirmed playoff through beating Kumilla by 6 wickets. Borishal and Chattogram will play eliminator on on 2 p.m. on Monday. The winners of the qualifier 1 will move to final. However, opportunity will also exist for the defeated team. They will face the winning team coming from the eliminator of the second qualifier. Before ending the bulletin, the top stories once again. Judiciary Election Commission completely independent, says Prime Minister. Death of children during circumcision creates negative impression, comments President. GM Kader terms of Jatiya Party a household party. And 24 Palestinians killed in Israel attacks. UNRWA suspends services in northern Gaza. U.S. military aircraft intercept high-altitude balloon flying over Utah. Rangpur, Kumilla and Chattogram Borishal in BPL playoff. That's all from Newsroom for the moment. Thank you for being with us.